Chapter 113. Determined to draw a clear line. Am I here yet? Ava sat bolt upright, rubbing her temples. She said thank you, then pushed open the car door and got out. Only after Ava's figure disappeared at the entrance did Samuel tell the driver to go. The driver moved his stiff arms. After sitting for over half an hour, his legs were going numb. On this side, Ava hung her bag on her wrist and lowered her head to enter the password. Beep! The lock opened. She pushed open the door, kicked off her shoes, tossed her bag casually in the entryway, and walked straight upstairs. Bang! Ava kicked open the bedroom door. The person sleeping soundly in the bedroom was startled awake. He raised his hand to turn on the light, and the instant the light came on, a shadow pressed down, falling straight onto him. The strong smell of alcohol spread through the air. Didn't you say you were going to sleep? How'd you get this drunk? Adrian pushed Ava into a sitting position. Ava leaned softly against him, not even lifting her eyelids. Sleep. Don't be noisy. She raised her hand to cover Adrian's mouth. Adrian's brow furrowed slightly. Go take a shower. Not going. I want to sleep. Ava gave Adrian a push, flipped over and rolled to the side, wrapping herself in the blanket. When Adrian reached out to pull her, she rolled backward. Suddenly, a huge crash sounded in the room. Ava fell off the bed, blanket and all. Although the floor was carpeted, she still felt like she was dying from pain. Did you hurt yourself? Adrian strode off the bed and crouched beside Ava, wanting to help her up from the floor. Ava swatted his hand away. What are you doing? My bones are about to break. It hurts so much. Ava's voice carried a crying tone. Damn, Adrian. They just had incompatible magnetic fields. You were the one rolling around on the bed. You rolled off, so how is it my fault? Your bed is too small. Okay, my bed is small. Tomorrow you can go pick a bigger one. Adrian lifted the blanket-wrapped Ava from the floor and placed her on the bed. Ava clung to the blanket with all four limbs. Adrian wanted to pull the blanket away and take her to shower, but Ava had quite the grip. In the end, Ava went into the bathroom hugging the blanket. Where am I? Ava sat up abruptly from the bed. She knocked on her heavy head. Why did she feel like she'd seen Adrian last night? The next second, she discovered she really was in Adrian's bedroom. Ava looked down. She was wearing a light blue nightgown. He'd taken advantage of her again? Pierce Group. Justin Shaw knocked on the office door and tossed the folder in his hand in front of Adrian. Grace's statement was your idea, wasn't it? He bent down, hands braced on the desk, and gave a light tsk. You're pretty shameless. You want to break off the engagement yourself, but you make Grace take the fall. If you care about her so much, why don't you show your face around her more? Maybe you could take advantage of the situation. Adrian leaned back, smiling as he looked at Justin. Justin's expression stiffened slightly. His gaze fell on the scabbed area on Adrian's lower lip. Is Ava still at your place? Using her full name suits you better. What I call her. You're going to control that too. You two aren't boyfriend and girlfriend now, are you? You sure manage a lot. Justin scoffed lightly. Adrian's fingers interlaced, resting lightly on his knees. His profile in the sunlight looked less cold than usual. Only his voice remained as indifferent as ever. Wedding gift. Remember to make it expensive. His cool tone was lazy, carrying an air of certainty. Justin swore he'd never seen anyone this thick-skinned. Adrian wanted to marry her, but he should first see if Ava was willing. Yet he was already asking him to prepare a wedding gift, really pushing his luck. Are you sure she'll be willing to marry you? Ava didn't show even the slightest sign of wanting to marry Adrian. At most, she was playing around. At least she wouldn't be willing to marry you. Adrian curved his lips, his knuckles tapping lightly on the desk. Justin, there was no point talking to him. Mrs. Lynn, are you cooking? Ava took another nap before washing up and coming downstairs. She hurried into the kitchen, poking her head out from behind Mrs. Lynn. Mrs. Lynn smiled at her kindly. The master said you eat more than usual after a hangover, so he told me to make extra. Ava was slightly stunned. She didn't expect Adrian would remember something like that. I've been here so long, and I've never seen the master care so much about anyone's affairs. During the time you've been staying here, he comes home on time every day. Before, he often didn't come back until the early morning hours. Mrs. Lynn chattered on, saying a lot about Adrian. Ava's face wore a smile. Adrian treating her differently was certain. Whether that difference was because of the life-saving debt or because of the unwillingness to accept being abandoned, she wasn't clear. The only thing she was certain of was that they couldn't have a future because they started with a lie. And after that came many more lies piled on top. Perhaps she should draw a clear line with Adrian completely. Anyway, Adrian and Grace had already broken off their engagement. As long as Grace had even a shred of dignity left, she wouldn't get back together with Adrian. Dumpling! Ava crouched down to pick up the cat and sat on the sofa. We probably won't be able to see each other anymore. Will Dumpling forget me really quickly? Dumpling meowed, rubbing its head against Ava's palm. This Maine Coon that Adrian picked up was very affectionate. Ava had lived here for a while, and every day Dumpling followed her around, thinking about not coming here anymore. She even developed the urge to steal the cat. Too bad she couldn't keep it at home. At home, there was a dog with extremely strong possessiveness. Ava played with Dumpling for a while longer, then went to eat. After eating, she changed clothes and left the villa. As she went to get her car, she received a call from Lena asking her to go shopping together. Ava happened to be bored. She turned the car around and headed to the address Lena sent. "Ava, how was it yesterday?" The moment she appeared, Lena and Autumn winked at her suggestively. After they saw yesterday that the person Ava kissed was Samuel, they didn't go disturb them. A catch like Samuel could barely match up to Ava. They wouldn't be so tactless. "Don't gossip. Mr. Reed doesn't like women. How could we possibly have anything going on?" Ava gave her friends a helpless, reproachful look. "Mr. Reed doesn't like women?" Autumn's mouth fell open. "I haven't heard that." Lena: "I really can't tell that Mr. Reed doesn't like women. No wonder after all these years there's been zero romantic gossip about him. Turns out the paparazzi were barking up the wrong tree." At that, the three of them burst into laughter. "Okay, never mind him. New winter collections came in recently. There are a few pieces that would really suit you. Autumn and I already picked them out for you. Go try them on." Lena pushed Ava toward the fitting room. Ava didn't refuse. Just as she was about to enter the fitting room, she caught sight of two familiar figures in the mirror: Grace Hart and Diana Morgan.